Hello, podcast fans. Adam Carolla here. I'm leading the fight against patent trolls who are threatening this medium. It's not about me. It's about the podcast you're listening to right now. If I go down, this show could be next. So visit fundanything.com/patent troll for more information on how you can keep podcasting alive. Thank you and mahalo.
You are now listening to the J Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay.
Yo, what is the word, you sexy sons of bitches? Welcome to another edition of the J Porks Experience. I'm J Porks. With me, as always, on the other side of the glass, making sure this is a well-oiled podcast machine every week, is nobody. Got some stuff to get to, the normal things. I'm also just done crying from getting lectured by one of my favorite guitar players on Monday night. But first, let's go to the list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. First, where I was born and bred. This website is like Brooklyn to me because it's where I was born, it's where I was bred, it's where I was brought up, and it's where I learned how to do stuff. And that's concertconfessions.com. And that's for all your live music, news and reviews, for fans, by fans. We got some new stuff. We got the Dandy Warhols at the Roxy in West Hollywood, brought to you by our fearless leader, Reverend Justito. That happened on Friday. And on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday, Snoop Dogg, or Snoop Lion, or whatever his name is now, he's cool as fuck, and he can call himself Snoop Bieber if he wants, I don't care. Snoop Dogg headed to the Beasley Coliseum in Pullman, Washington. This is the same place where Jerry Seinfeld was a few weeks ago, and that's a team of journalists there. We got Fishbeard. Fishbeard is back in the fold. We got the Natural Stoner, Muff Beaver, and Mr. Sparkly. And there's that. And there's also, of course, Local H at the Mercury Lounge, but trust me, we will get to that in a little while. So you go to concertconfessions.com, and if you ever thought, hey, I want to share my concert experiences with the world too, well, you will do that here at concertconfessions.com. This is the only place you can go where there's live music, news, and reviews for fans, by fans, no agendas. You can click these ads on the side. They're courtesy of Amazon. You could buy stuff. Because you're going to buy stuff anyway, I'm going to buy stuff anyway. If I'm buying stuff through there, you can buy stuff through there. So we got that. Also, if you're not already there already, I need you to go to theandydeershow.com. That's for not only my greatness, not only the J Porks Experience, but you could also get the Tyler Cale Show from the best coast, the West Coast. You could also get the flagship show, the Andy Deer Show. Get Smooth Operators with Tyler and Andy. And any other podcasting hosts that will be coming to the network soon are gonna rock your world. If that happens, I'm sure they'll be great. And also at theandydeershow.com, don't forget the, you can click those Amazon ads as well and tip your hat to the J Porks Experience. Also, go to ChristinaRocks.com, hang the DJ, the Time Warp, 89xradio.com every Sunday morning. I woke up Sunday morning, and I think she had somebody filling in for her. So, I hope Christina has not been replaced on Sunday mornings. But every Sunday, 89x, every Sunday, 8 to 12, Time Warp, old school alternative. And you can go to ChristinaRocks.com, hang the DJ. She's got music news. She does her thing. She's one of the good guys, or the good gals, I should say. And also, I need you to go to anyquiet.com. That's your source for quality. And as every week, the headlines here on the J Park Experience are powered by Anyquiet. If you go to Anyquiet, what I've been jiving on since about Tuesday afternoon, as I was getting over my local H heartbreak, which we'll get to later, was the Anyquiet sessions with the Toadies performing acoustic songs for AQ off Rubberneck. They performed Tyler, I Come From the Water, Possum Kingdom acoustically, exclusively for Anyquiet. So, I mean, here's the thing. I can be a dick sometimes. And I find that I come off at times where I sound and act as if I'm better than people. But right now I write for a website. When I wake up early in the morning, I am allowed to write for a website that has bands like the Toadies playing for them acoustically, exclusively. So, I think I am better than some people. I'm sorry. I think I am better than people. Why? Because the Toadies are fucking playing for AQ acoustically, and I'm on that team. Anyway, you could stream Damon Albarn's, you could also stream Damon Albarn's Everyday Robots. Everyday Robots. Because you don't just need robots on the weekends or on Wednesdays, you need them every day. The new solo album from the Blur frontman is now available on iTunes. Also, there's a new Courtney Love single, You Know My Name. Now, the problem with this song is that it's not bad. Like, people were like, yes, new Courtney Love, destroy. It's actually it's good. It's 3 minutes, You Know My Name. It's a good song. Check it out. I'll link you up on the notes. The notes I skipped this week because I was crying. I'll get to that later. Duran Duran confirmed that John Frusciante, I could never pronounce that guy's name, the good guitar player from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, is involved in Duran Duran's new upcoming album. You could download or stream the new Slayer track, Implode. There's a special announcement from Liam Gallagher. And I have to click this because he tweeted an A, an S, and an S. But he also did tweet a bunch of letters that spelled Oasis. But nobody thinks that they're gonna get back. I mean, if you've ever heard, I've read Noel Gallagher quotes on this podcast before, so you know they're not getting back together. Those guys hate each other more than I hate Eddie Vedder. True story. And a really funny thing that I want to get to here is this new iPhone commercial. Now, who saw the new Apple commercial, heard the Pixies, and at first said, how cool is that the Pixies are on an Apple commercial? They must be raking in cash. Well, I'm really not quite sure how that works, to be honest with you. But I found myself quite intrigued, and I'm glad I'm not the only one, as our buddy Fernando on Anyquiet has posted an article. New iPhone commercial has kids singing a Pixie song about a giant black phallus, and that is not inaccurate at all. They're singing the song Gigantic, and the part of the song that they're singing is the chorus part. So you got these preteen kids, and they're singing about a big black cock. And that's cool. That's cool if that's the message you want to give off. I mean, hey, make music and go on a never-ending search for big black cock. And this isn't a racist thing. Kim Deal wrote the song, and has described it as said it was a track inspired by the film The Crimes of the Heart, in which a woman falls in love with a young black man. The kids in the commercial sing as follows: gigantic, 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 a big, big love, a big, big love, a big, big love. Just play just let the Pixies have the Pixies playing it. And I mean, does it bother Frank Black or Black Francis, whatever the fuck his name is these days? Does it bother him that they're using the Kim Deal penned song in the iTunes commercial, in the Apple iPhone 5S commercial? So please check that out. Apple's page for the commercial also states you have the power to create, shape, and share your life. It's right there in your hand. Shit, how did they know? And see now, and this is the ending line in Fernando's piece, which is great. I'll link you up to it. Now, if only they've waited to use this song in advertisements for the new reportedly larger iPhone 6, which will come in black, of course, we'd get behind it. Beautiful. It's just amazing. So, kids singing about giant black cock in the new Apple commercial is what's happening right now in 2014. I was happy to hear the Pixies in a commercial, and I'm like, wait a second, huh? I had to do a double take, and then I saw the commercial come on again, and I was dying. I was laughing. I must have tweeted about it 15 times. I think I tweet about it every time I see the commercial. Gigantic, a big, big love, a big, big love. Damn right. Kids, don't only strive to make music. Strive to get that big, big love. Because isn't that what life is all about? So those are the headlines. Powered by Annie Quiet. I will link you up to the handful that I think that you should check out. This iPhone commercial advertisement will be one of them. I mentioned I didn't do the notes last week. I'm sorry. I was too busy licking my wounds. And I'll tell you why. Last week we had the Game Day podcast. We had me, pumped, going to Local H, Mercury Lounge, early show. Nothing could go wrong. Right? Not really. So I show up, I meet my buddy Flo, I meet a new friend, Sloan. Sloan's cool. So me, Flo, Sloan. We get up front. We're outside on the line, the first one's online as usual. And we get up to the front. I'm in my same spot. I've taped several videos from Local 8 shows in this spot. This is the same spot that I used to take video, and then you could find clips of that video that I took in Local H's music video for Cold Manor off Hallelujah I'm a Bum. Right 2 feet from Scott Lucas. To the right, to his left. So the set, first we got an opening band, Crook and Pony. They're a duo. There's a chick on guitar, and there's a guy playing drums. Now the first song, the girl comes out, she has a guitar, and the guy is standing next to her. I'm not sure which one's Crook and which one's Pony, or if that's just their names, I don't know. But she was strumming the guitar, and he was wiggling the whammy bar for her. And I'm thinking in my head, for the next 45 minutes, I'm going to have to watch two people play one guitar. This is going to be painful. But they quickly rebounded. Second song, third song, fourth song, they were killing it. They were cool. You could throw out all the cliches about raspy voiced female front woman, Courtney Love, whatever. I mean, obviously she's not Courtney Love because she was standing up straight. but I find it hard when there's a female lead singer. I get all pervy, so I tried to not. I tried to not write in the review, "Hey, this hot chick came on stage," but I'll say it in the podcast. This hot chick came on stage, and even if the chick, even if girls aren't, you don't have to be. If you have a guitar, I don't really care what you look like. You're gonna go up like 5 points in hotness. So Crook and Pony played. They had some solid jams. And they went off pre 7 o'clock or about 7 o'clock. Local H hit the stage 7:30, maybe pre 7:30, a little bit. I'm getting ready. I'm clicking the. First of all, let's say fuck Verizon Fios, seriously, because I can't do anything on this. The internet is non-existent in my fucking house. But I'm going to the set list. Okay. So, they start off the night with Buffalo Trace. Now, that's one I don't think I've heard live, or if I've heard it live before. I didn't know it was Buffalo Trace, but I know it's a long-ass song that I don't want to tape. Because it is long, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. I'd rather save memory and get the rest of the show on tape. So as Buffalo Trace is happening through one of these, solos, it's a very jammy song, long extended jams. People are taking pictures. So as Scott Lucas is coming closer to me, I turn on my camera because I'm gonna snap a little video clip while he's on my side so I can cut it up for nice pictures later. Right. As I'm about to turn on my camera, Scott Lucas locks eyes with me and shakes his head as if to say no. Fine. I nodded. And then after Buffalo Trace, he stops the song. He stopped it because the song was over. And then he says, "Guys, the flashes. You got to turn off the flashes on your cameras." And then he looks directly at me, and he says, "We look good in these lights." This is Scott Lucas, frontman of Local H, one of my favorite bands, standing on stage, looking directly at me, saying to me, "We look good in these lights." And then I nodded, and I said, "You look great in these lights." I have no idea why he's talking to me, because I don't snap fucking pictures. He's like, "I have an idea. Why don't you just enjoy the show?" And to that, got a roaring, ha, everyone clapping, and yeah, and I'm sure it made 3/4 of the world happy that there was somebody shut down at a show when they were trying to, capture it. When they were trying to live in 2014. Somebody fucking... There's a lot of people that are happy that I was shut down. There's a lot of people that were happy that I got that lecture from one of my favorite guitar players of all time, who uses my video clips for his band's video when he's too lazy to record a video. Let me just say this. I was unjustly lectured. No flash came from my camera. And here's why. Because I don't take pictures. The only time I take pictures is when I'm with the Meat Puppets and I'm with my buddy Linda Kite and she's got the $1,000 camera for me to wear around my neck. That's the only time I take pictures. I don't take pictures. I take videos. And then I sit up all night. And you've heard me say it a million times. I sit up all night and I chop the videos. And I chop it into pictures. And how I do that is, say I'm watching what's the next song they fucking played? Let's just move right into it here. Too many I don't take pictures. Say, they jumped into Eddie Vedder. Let's just say I don't take pictures. I would record the song, and then I would watch the video of the song at my house when I get home later that night when I'm writing the review. That's the thing. The thing about taking the video is being able to experience the show another time when I get home so I can write the review, and being able to experience the show forever via my YouTube page. The benefits of living in the future. So I would watch this, say I would take, 5 minutes of video, and if somebody took a picture during the song, I would see the flash on the video, and that's where I would freeze frame. I would freeze frame where there's a flash, so I would use someone else's flash. Never has a flash gone off from my camera, because I do not take pictures. But I got the lecture, I got laughed at, I got embarrassed. Even the guy, the bouncer dude at the front on my way out, when I was telling some guy, I was like, that was me. He was yelling at me, and the guy's like, that was you? I'm like, you heard this from the front of from the street? Scott Lucas embarrassing me. At least he didn't jump at. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about me. No matter how many times you hear me talk about Local H, the one thing that is always my fear is Scott Lucas beating me up, because he just looks like a guy who doesn't, he just looks like he's easily annoyed. And if you go to my review at contentconfessions.com, you can see my dark pictures, and then you could see the picture of Scott from my buddy from a different angle with the flash, which is the picture that pissed him off. And it's from a different angle. It's not my picture. I don't take pictures. I just don't even want to. So, I was pouty the whole fucking set. And Local H did a good job. Local H did a good job of playing songs that I liked, yada, yada, yada. Great set. They were tight. New drummer's good. They played the Lord cover. They did all that. But, you got fucking... Andy told me I could speak freely, and I'm going to speak freely. You got 50 people in the fucking crowd. You yelling at me? I've seen you guys 6 or 7 times. Maybe this is why you're not fucking famous. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I love your music, but maybe this is why you're not famous. Maybe this is why you're on your 3rd drummer already. Maybe this is why 60 people show up to your shows, because you alienate yourselves from your fans. God. Dean Ween hates cameras, and he didn't say a fucking word to me, or anybody else for that matter, when he was fucking playing. You know what the difference is between Scott Lucas and Dean Ween? If Dean Ween plays in a band, and they want to play Red Rocks, they'll sell it out. Bands that Dean Ween is in sells out places. Scott Lucas plays $15 bars. Just saying. I was very pouty during the set. They put on a good set. Buffalo Trace, Eddie Vedder, They Saved Reagan's Brain, Chicago Fanfare 93, The One with Kid's an awesome track to hear live. Hands on the Bible, California Songs, Taxi Cabs, Another February, Team, All Right Oh Yeah, Cha Said the Kitty, Fritz's Corner, One of Us, which is a new song, Bound for the Floor, What Would You Have Me Do, High Five and Motherfucker, and they ended it with Heavy Metal Bake Sale. I'm pretty sure there's 2 songs missing from that set list. I'm pretty sure that I was, in being sad, I missed a couple. It could happen. But yeah, they played a lot of songs, and we were out of there 9:15. I was in my house at 11:30. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Scott sees me in that spot every fucking time. There's video. If you go to my YouTube page during the last year when they were at Mercury Lounge, they played High Five and Motherfucker, and I was taking video, and Scott lightly tapped my camera with the headstock of his guitar like he was knighting me. I've waited at the merch table after shows several nights to see this band. And that's the thanks I get. I get incorrectly accused of doing flash photography. And by the way, of the videos that I didn't lighten up and turn into black and white, go check them out on my YouTube page and you tell me how good they look in those lights. Nobody can see you, bro. This whole enjoy the show fucking thing really gets to me. Out of the Mercury Lounge probably fits like 200 people max. Out of all the people there, half of those people are probably there because they saw my video on YouTube and wanted to go check out, wanted to be there live. Just like I've met several people who tell me that one time I went to a local 8 show and there was 3 people outside who were telling me, they were reciting my review from the previous local 8 show back to me. They were like, yeah, did you get a beer dumped on you? You were wearing your work clothes? I said, yeah, I mean, that's how it goes down. That's why there's a YouTube. Stop making the future not happen. I'm not saying everybody should be over there holding up their phones and shit. But if I was online, first of all, Scott and Ryan passed me at 5:30 on the line. I was the only person in front of the Mercury Lounge. And I said, woot woot. They didn't even fucking look at me. Didn't even acknowledge me. I didn't ask them for a fucking autograph. Give me a head nod. Give me something. You'd think like the band would appreciate the first fan there. I mean, you would think that that's what would go down. And I don't even care that I didn't get appreciated, but how many times have I fucking sat in that same spot and recorded video? How many times? Now, if you want to give the no flash photography speech, that's cool. I agree. There shouldn't be flashes. But yell at me about it. I take video. So now I'm on it's a whole new Porks now. Like, I want to be Voodoo Hipster. Voodoo Hipster's from California. He's cool. He goes in and straight tapes shows. That's it. Just fucking tapes and YouTube. I want to be like him. I just want to go into shows and just be in all-out fucking record mode. Because the more you like the guy from Fox Shazam, like Eric Nally says, the best way to get me to do something is to tell me not to do it. So if you tell me that I shouldn't be doing these things, I'm just going to keep doing them. I'm here to bring the live concert experience to you via words, photos, videos. Local H, I'm basically promoting your band for free when I see you live. I'm not. If I'm flashing pictures in your face, I could totally understand. It's totally justified to be yelled at if I was being that dick. But I was not that guy. I tweeted at Scott Lucas after the show. He's only gonna tweet if he watches a movie and shows the movie count. So it's safe to say, next time Local H comes to New York City, I'll probably be sitting it out. Because I've given this guy enough of my money to be fucking shit on. totally embarrassed. Totally. I mean, I would be a little more embarrassed if they were a little more famous and a little more people were there. But it's nice. And then the next day I got home and I ran into this guy who runs a website, killscene.net, I want to say it is. I believe it is. And I read his review. And it was very good, very detailed, very detailed. And then I noticed at the bottom, it said, a special thanks to whoever, somebody else, and Jay Porks for disobeying Scott's wishes and taking pictures. I saw this, and I left a comment because it seemed sarcastic. I said, wait a second, dude, I was talking to you. And then I realized, he commented, and he changed the thing, and I realized he was, and I looked at the pictures, and they were my pictures. And he wasn't being sarcastic. He was thanking me for the ability to have pictures to use in his blog. I'll give you I'm gonna give my buddy Gil a pro tip on having a blog. If the guy tells you not to take pictures anyway. Really? You gotta take pictures. I'm glad that he used my pictures, and I think he linked me up. If he didn't link me up, he will. I have to call him because he wrote me a message on Facebook, and I've had a busy week. Again, I've been sitting home. I'm just now not mad anymore. Well, I'm still mad because I was just talking about it. But oh my fucking lord. All week I'm sitting here like, this motherfucker doesn't realize how big of a fan I am. That's like my favorite band that I don't work for. That isn't dead. So Scott, I'm sorry. I apologize to Scott Lucas if he mistakenly thought that I had flash photography going in his face, but I would like him to know that I did not. And I mean, you know, I know you're not sorry for embarrassing me. I know you don't care. That's just that. Good thing about Monday night was taking the express bus home. That's what it was. Again, to get home pre-midnight is just a good thing. It's just a magical, magical thing. So, Local H. And I mean, check out these videos. They are so dark. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. Now, I'm not talking to people. I'm not taking breaks. I'm not writing things down. I'm not doing anything. Now, I'm just straight rolling. Straight taping vids. And if venues got issues with that, then I will not be at your venue. Just like Irving Plaza. Now, on Wednesday, last Wednesday, Better Than Ezra played Irving Plaza. I really wanted to go to that badly. I tweeted at Irving Plaza to ask them what their camera policy was because I was at the Darkness in February 2012, I want to say it was, when Foxy Shazam opened for them. And they one of the security guards tapped me on the shoulder and told me stop taking video. Dude, if I'm not holding up my arms and obstructing anyone's view, just leave me the fuck alone. If I'm leaning over a balcony with a camera at chest level, leave me the fuck alone. So, I tweeted at Irving Plaza. I said, what's your camera policy? Because I don't want to fucking, get sent home or some shit. They said, no, don't worry. We have, if your camera's not, doable, if we don't want you to bring it in, we have coat check for the cameras. $3, we'll hold your camera for you. Oh. So for $3, I'm going to give you my $200 camera, $200+ camera. And I'm going to feel safe knowing that it's being watched by people making, $5 an hour or whatever, standing over there plus tips. I trust those people with my camera. No audio or video allowed. You know what, Irving Plaza? Fuck you guys. You can keep me. You can keep my money. You can keep your money. I'll keep my money. You're not getting my money. That's what I meant to say. Really wanted to see Better Than Ezra. Actually, Better Than Ezra retweeted me. I was tweeting at my buddy Jess, and she's like, "I love Better Than Ezra," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been hassled before at Irving Plaza about my camera." And Better Than Ezra retweeted that tweet. Then I didn't fucking go. So there's that. So for now on, I'm just stealth mode taping. For now on. We'll get to a few more things back after this.
Hey everybody, it's Andy from the Andy Dare Show here. Just want to say that I am super proud to have the J Porks Experience be part of Dare Network. And if you want to keep my little podcast network completely free, all you got to do is go to theandydareshow.com, look on the right-hand side of the page, and you'll click on the Amazon banners for all your Amazon needs, and you'll tip your cap to the J Porks Experience and all the fine broadcasting here on Dare Network. Also, be sure to follow Jay on Twitter at JPorks, Instagram at JPorks, and jporks.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for listening, and back to the J Porks Experience.
And we're back. So fuck all those people trying to keep the fucking future from happening. A little side note. The first half of the podcast is always recorded with my hair down. The second half of the podcast is always recorded with my hair up. Why? I have no idea. I go smoke a cigarette between, I come back, I put the hair up. Just little facts. Little J Porks facts. I can't wait to invest in a better camera just to record more video. Straight taping. That's just what I'm doing from now on. Straight taping. You know, it's funny. I have the iPhone, and it's actually really like, who needs a fucking camera when you got this? This thing takes crazy pictures. So, and it takes good video, it takes decent video, as shown from the Brooklyn Bowl when I took the Meat Puppets doing open wide. So I had this ready. I had my phone ready, and I said, one song is getting recorded on here. One song at least. So before every song, before Local H started each song, I had to make the decision. So when I finally decided to start rolling footage with the iPhone, they covered Lord, they played Team, and it's the worst audio in the history of life. The one song I cared about getting, I fucked up. All because I was a fluster, because I was getting yelled at by one of my heroes. ContentConfessions.com has all that. You can go there. I'll link you up to the review. You can read about how I powered through it. And I mean, it could have been worse. He didn't go all Donald Sterling on me, you know? He didn't. You know what's funny about the Donald Sterling story? It's the owner of the Clippers being really racist. What's funny about that is that he's been being really racist for 20 plus years. Just we're in an age of social media and things, people can just record your conversations. For the people saying it was a private conversation, you people are closeted racists. You can't have those thoughts alone. You can't have those. It's not like, oh, I can't be racist in public. No, you can't be racist. Those are the rules of society. You own a basketball team. How many good basketball players are white? Let's just keep it real. But on the flip side of that, if you hear the recordings, listen to the girl. It sounds like, now I'm not saying that this is what happened, but it sounds like what the girl says is like spliced in to the tape. That's what it sounds like. Now, because she put his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend or mistress, whatever she is, she put on Instagram a picture of her and Magic Johnson and Matt Kemp, I guess, too. And he was upset that she had pictures with African Americans on her Instagram. Now, if I was him, I would have said, "Don't bring Magic Johnson to my games. He's a Laker and we're the Clippers." That problem solved. You don't have to get all fucking Django Unchained on us. Jesus Christ, dude. And then they ask his wife, and his wife's like, "We don't have, our family is so against racism." You know what that means? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the wife is gonna own the team. That's what it sounds like. Because everyone's like, they need to take the team for. Listen, he's not an employee. He's the owner. You can't. I don't think you can force him to sell the team. First of all, Clippers fans have wanted this guy to sell the team since he bought the team. They've been dying for him to sell the team. They finally made it to the playoffs, and he has to get all racist. They were wearing, the players wore black socks and black like wristbands. Do you know how annoying black socks are? They're mad annoying, and yet the players wore them as a sign of solidarity, and they turned their warm-up shirts inside out. Good for them. Good for them. You guys are fucking racist, and you should all demand trades to the Knicks right now. Because if they when you hear shit like that from Donald Sterling, I start thinking, wow, James Dolan, at least he's not a fucking racist. Well, he might be, but at least he's not one. He's not one in public or on tape. But listen to the recordings. You can go to Deadspin. You know what? I'll link them up. Go to Deadspin, or check out the notes, and I'll put a link there. And listen to the audio recordings. Besides being vile and besides setting back humanity a couple of years, listen to the chick. Kind of sounds spliced up. It's not absolving anyone from anything. Just saying. A big, big love. So, I mean, do you think that she jams out to Gigantic? The mistress? Do you think she turns on her iPod and this I know, his teeth are white as snow? No, you don't think that happens? I think it could be. Have you seen this chick? And have you seen this guy? I'll put up a little side by side. I mean, it pays to have money. I mean, you have money, you get all sorts of broads. I'm sitting here with a kick-ass personality, luxurious long hair, worked for rock band. I ain't rocking shit. This guy Donald Sterling is a fucking cold-hearted racist. He's got an estranged wife. He's got a mistress. That's all we know about. Damn. Stop being racist, bro. I grew up in Canarsie. I grew up in Brooklyn, so I'm basically, I don't even see colors. I am really not, and it's not like I'm going to hit stop on the podcast. I'm dropping N-bombs all of a sudden. I do not do that. I don't even feel comfortable saying the title of the song that's track 3 on Jay-Z and Kanye's Watch the Throne. I was going to call it Game of Thrones for a second. Watch the Throne. I don't even know. I don't even feel comfortable saying that that song title. Don't be... Again, this ties in with the taping, with the capturing video at concerts. It's 2014. Stop setting society back. Have you ever gone on YouTube and I find this with Zevon, with the Grateful Dead, and you find these recordings of full concerts, pro shot, Neil Young, all that shit. Find pro shot footage of the show, and you're watching the show on YouTube, and you're like, wow, this is fucking cool, man. I mean, even Neil Young were these performers telling people, hey, enjoy the show? No, they weren't. So, like, I would like to be able to, in the future, go back and check out videos of shows I've been at. I don't want this world to go backwards. I want it to go forwards. I'm not saying let everyone roll film. But if there's 5 people who have blogs in the fucking building, I don't think, and they were the first 5 people online, and they're in the front row, I think you should just not treat them like pieces of shit. Just me. I always run out of gas in the second half. But I'll give you the list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. Before we get on out of here, as always, the headlines are powered by Any Quiet. That's your source for quality, your source for everything music news that you should be checking out. I need you to go to theandydeershow.com. That's for all your Deer Network podcast needs. That's Tyler Kale, that's Andy Deer, that's Jay Porks. You need to go to ChristinaRocks.com, hang the DJ, 89xradio.com, every Sunday, 8 to 12, Time Warp, old school alternative, throwing it back on Sundays. That's how she rolls. And, of course, your source for live music, news and reviews, for the fans, by the fans, can always be found at concertconfessions.com. Join our family, hit me up, share your live concert experience with the rest of the world, not just with your Facebook friends. Till next week, Whiskey, Weed, and Warren Zevon. Late.
This has been the Jay Porks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.